That's a joke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Welcome to Tampa. Is this guys your first time here?
At this particular show, yeah. I used to live in Tampa, actually, back in the 90s, for about a minute. Anybody here from Tampa? Remember a radio station called YNF, WYNF? Nobody? Wow. That long ago.
All right, that's a wrap.
Not just
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Back in the day.
And then you had a chance to go outside yet and feel the humidity and the heat.
It's like soup. It's like you're walking through and breathing soup.
It's like hanging out in someone's mouth.
That is a better, actually, yes.
Never thought of it.
Well,
I actually live in Sarasota in the wintertime, so this is all very familiar to me.
you're just getting all the props over there.
All right. Well, this is a Q&A panel. We're going to jump right into questions and get right to it, guys. All right, go ahead.
Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. In case
Nice
you
one.
don't know who we are, because Dameon, I just met you. Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I feel like I'm on Ellen or Oprah right now, or one of those talk
I
shows.
should be better paid.
My name is Dameon Clarke. Hello. I do some Dragon Ball Z stuff, but I do the voice of Cell. All three of them. How many people watch Dragon Ball Z? Oh, okay, cool. Did you? What a great crowd! Holy cow!
Bring back
Cell. I need to stop. Letting go on Power Up. For one, if I just stop letting go on Power Up, I'd be in such better shape. Yes. So, did the first version scare you when you were children? Good. And I do Handsome Jack. Thank you, pumpkins, and some other stuff too. I'm not gonna bore you with details. How about you?
My name's Jen Taylor, and and on to you, Steve. I voice in the Halo games. I voice Cortana and Dr. Halsey and the Wetman. And in Mario Brothers, I did Princess Peach and Toad for a while. In Ruby, Salem, and lots of other games. Let's see, Left 4 Dead. So I've got a few. Yeah. Go, Steve.
And I have the shortest resume in the building. My name is Steve Downs. I am the voice of Master Chief. Take it away, Chris.
Awesome. All right, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Jake, and I'd just really like to appreciate that you guys have done a wonderful job. I grew up with more so Halo 3 and in a way Halo 2, so Steve, you definitely were sort of my childhood in a way. Dameon Clarke, of course, I did reference the line that he said when he announces to sell games. And then Jen, I always appreciate the Mario games too, and I'm really excited about Super Mario Wonder too. So the question I have for you guys, more so is for Jen, is how did you get the role of Princess Peach?
I think that's
Dameon,
exclusively
how did you
Jen. You know what? I'm gonna take this one, Jen.
I went in, this was back in the late 90s. And I went in, and honestly, what they asked me to do was imitate the person who had done it before me. Which is fine, that they wanted to continue the sound, right? And I think that is, when people ask me how to become a voiceover actor, one of the things that I often say is start with imitation. I know it in the very beginning, like see if you can make the same sounds that other people are making. And then you start to become so familiar with how to work your voice, right? And that you can create your own stuff. But that was initially how I got into doing Princess Peach and Toad. And then it sort of became, more my own. But in the beginning, it was because I could imitate. I could sound like the people who did it before me.
That's good. I also forgot I met you at MegaCon and I got your autograph too.
So we're best friends.
I guess so. I guess I have a question for all three of you. Has anyone actually seen the Super Mario Brothers movie?
No.
I saw Oppenheimer.
Very similar. Very similar. I understand.
Yeah, well, it's either Oppenheimer or Barbie, and I'm like, that's the same movie. I just flipped a coin.
About the destruction of the world. Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh, it's dripping with metaphor.
Oh, it just got dark in here.
Hi, my name is Josh. I've got a quick two-parter question. The first part's for Jen and Steve. The second part's for everybody. One, what was your favorite Halo game to work on? And two, for everybody, what's your favorite sandwich?
Second question first. A hot submarine that I had in my youth.
Wow, you remember the exact sandwich.
Oh no, I don't remember where I got it.
In 1965.
Just about. Just about. And I've been chasing it ever since.
Right.
I've never found another one.
I like
Great
turkey with
Italian
cranberry.
And my favorite Halo games are Halo 4 and Halo Infinite. Halo 4 because it's the first time Jen and I got to work together in the same room at the same time, having only met a few months before that. And then Halo Infinite, again for the story and the all-around presentation of the game. I just thought they hit it out of the park on that one, so those are my favorites.
Mine follow in line as far as those are the ones that were the most fun to do. I got to do, that's when I started doing motion capture, which is just a blast to do. Yeah. And I got to do motion capture on Infinite for 3 different characters, so that was really a joy. And again, Halo 4, because Steve and I truly had not met until the anniversary, the 10-year anniversary. And I think I jumped on you.
She attacked me.
That was the greeting.
Mauled me.
Jump. Bear hug. So that one felt like
That would have been 2010 or 11.
No, 11.
2011.
And I don't think we started working till 2012. I don't remember. Anyway, something like that. Boring. But that was a great gift to finally, that felt like a strange sort of coming home moment.
We were 2 lost souls.
We found each other.
We found each other.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, well, I'm just going to go back to one of my favorite characters, which would be Princess Peach. Stupid joke. The dad humor. It gets worse as you get older. Yeah, or better, depending on how you look at it. Favorite sandwich? Cuban. Which, I don't know if you guys are aware, is not far from Florida. You can get those sandwiches over there. But yeah, you always forget about the Cuban sandwich. For some reason, it's delicious.
What is the Columbia restaurant here?
Yeah.
Excellent, Cuban food.
Yeah,
Some of the best.
you squish it down, get it nice and crispy. It's a great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question.
What are you cosplaying? Told you. You guys look awesome.
Yeah, you really do. Hi.
Have you ever improvised a line that was not written and it was used?
Yup. Yeah, I think we do that a lot. Sometimes the line works and sometimes it doesn't, so you get to sort of rewrite it on the fly, and then it depends on the property, on the game, or on the cartoon or the anime or whatever. But yeah, I mean, some projects more so than others for sure.
Right. In Mario Brothers, I was able to, we've got lots of one-liners in that, so you're able, sometimes they're like, okay, this is what we have, now just go. And so those things do get used. Stuff in Halo, they're a little more interested in us following their script.
Really interested.
Because they spent a lot of time.
I was going to say, I improvised a lot. None of it was ever used. But I improvised a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, thank you. I was just curious what y'all's favorite interaction between Cortana and Chief was throughout the games. Just like basic interaction between the 2 characters. And then I want to know your favorite insult for him. Handsome Jeff?
It would probably involve your mom.
Those are my favorite insults. Oh, in fact, I gave one to Steve this morning.
Well, there was a lot of stuff that we did on the fly for Borderlands, and I can't remember. Helena Pierce, remember that side quest? That was, so this character I did threw acid at this woman. This is horrible.
That's hilarious!
Saying it out loud, that was bad. Throws acid. This is when I was like first recording the game. I'm like, what is this? Like, this is insane. Throws acid in this woman's face, and then ridicules and mocks her for not looking so good.
Like you do.
And he said, "Oh my God, it looks like you headbutted a belt sander." And I, of course, was responsible for the. God, that sounds awful. Anyway, it's a super fun game. What was the other question?
Halo.
Cool, I'm
What
up.
was your favorite interaction between Chief and Cortana? Yeah.
I thought so.
I think this is probably going to again be the same. We did this for, I feel like for many sessions, we did this scene over and over again. And every time it was like, okay, we're going to do the end of Halo 4 over and over and over and over again. And that was a very intense, emotional, remarkable scene that we did together. It bonded us, I think. We were already, again, getting to know each other in this moment. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but we went from, went from getting to know each other, personally.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, to really getting to know each other, and because you have to sort of, with that kind of scene, expose yourself emotionally. And
It's very open-hearted.
Yeah, and make yourself vulnerable, so it will always, it was definitely my favorite moment of recording for Chief, and my favorite lines to do, and have them done to me. So it was good. You did your lines to me.
I did those lines to you. Thank you.
I just want to say, I want the audience to understand, you guys are incredibly talented. And the reason I think my best friend's a voice actor, and he let me come and watch one of his sessions one time. You guys have to convey so much emotion through just your voice. Whereas an actor on screen, they can use their face, their body, and everything. Everything that you guys convey is literally through your voice, and it's so amazing. I think a lot of times people don't realize that it's a talent. It's a huge talent, and you guys are very talented at doing that.
Yeah, those other actors have it so easy. All of us.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this question is for Steve. I was wondering if there's anything specific that you did to get in sort of a certain mindset for Master Chief.
He does have a full suit of armor that he wears.
It only comes out on special occasions. Yeah, it reminds me of the story of the guy who voices Guilty Spark in the Bungie games, Tim Dodamo. He was a gamer from the jump, so he was very aware of the success of Halo long before I was, and he also knows my wife, and said to her, "Do you ever call him Master Chief?" She's like, "I don't think that's any of your business." Got no idea what he was talking about. Anyway, of the Milner suit. I'm sorry, what was it? Oh, in the beginning, Marty O'Donnell, who cast us all in the Bungie games and wrote all the music, was an integral part of the whole thing. Marty's great. His direction to me for Combat Evolved was think of Clint Eastwood. When Clint Eastwood was doing the spaghetti westerns, a few dollars more, Fistful of Dollars and all that stuff. Guy who didn't talk a lot, but when he did, somebody usually got killed. So, go! And so it sort of evolved from that for me, and I could really hear it in the first, especially the first two games. I could really hear the Clint in there. I think that sort of went away as we did it longer, and it became much more my own voice. But that was where it started from. And when we're getting ready to do a session, I have an old pair of cowboy boots that I only wear Master Chief. Cowboy boots, why, you say? Well, there's no real connection other than I had a voice coach, Maurice Tobias, who you may be familiar with, who said, use anything you can to help you get into the place you need to be. And sometimes that'll be a piece of clothing, maybe a hat, maybe a particular pair of jeans, something that helps you in some physical way get to that point. And for me, it was the boots. And so they're kind of like my Lucky Charm now. And I always wear them when I do a session. They're pretty rank, but we have to keep them in the garage now. That's
Appropriate, I think.
appropriate.
Because you gotta, chief, when you take that armor off, it's gotta be rank, right?
Right.
Thank you.
Our next question.
Hi, I'm Lila, I'm from Sarasota. I had no idea he lives there part-time. But my question is for Steve and Jen. How did you feel when you were... Sorry. How did you feel when you were cast as Cortana and Chief?
Well, in the beginning, we didn't know it was going to be anything other than, great, a job, I love this. And I got a lot to do, and it was a super fun character, fun, snarky character to play. And I had fun making her even snarkier than she should have been, probably. So it was more just delighted to get a job. And it took me some time to realize how influential it was and how popular it was. So in the beginning, it was, again, just a very basic, yay, I get to pay my rent this month kind of thing. No idea.
Yeah. I had one question. What's it pay? That was pretty much it. A friend of mine,
Wow.
a voice actor, said, every day, and this goes for any actor, every day you wake up fired. Because whatever you did yesterday, whether it was a $1 billion job or something for scale, the next day you're out of work. So you're always in that mindset of looking to the next job, And so when the Halo, in my case, I think I did 2 days of recording, and then forgot about it completely because there was no reason, it just was not part of my life anymore until a good year later when you realize all of a sudden this was a phenomenon.
You did 2 days of recording for
2 days,
Halo?
yeah. 1 day of, think about the first game.
Cortana.
How many times can you,
Cortana.
Cortana. Is that a waypoint? Oh my gosh. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. What Halo movie? Yeah.
Stop. Sarcasm. I love you. So, first of all, the three of you, thank you. You guys have been inspiration for me, listening to you, playing your games my whole life since day one. So thank you. And I got 2 questions. First for Jen and Steve. Knowing that you guys did the first couple games not really together, how did you bring that emotional thing? Because from the get-go, you guys have been locked, and it's always shown, it's always come across. So how did you get that development to just grow?
I imagine, in all honesty, that was called good editing. That we give them as many different options as we possibly can and hope that they choose the right ones, and they did. So I want to take credit for that, but I think that would be
that's
phony
you.
if I did.
I thought it was my brilliant way of being able to interact with someone like that, Or what she said, good at it.
So, did that change when you guys finally got to work together?
Then they didn't edit it at all. Yeah, it gave us a boost for sure and also that script was a lot more emotional, of course. It was written by a screenwriter, and so it was slightly different for Halo 4 is what you're talking about. Yeah. So we had a chance in being together. Of course, we're going to play off of each other, so it's going to be much more charged.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's changed, in my case, it's changed my relationship with Cortana going forward. Even though we did not work together in 5, and we didn't directly Infinite, you know, I had a flesh and blood person now.
You had somebody there.
And so, yeah, so I think it changed things going forward.
Now for you. Are we ever going to see Hanson Jack again?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's not my double.
So,
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they brought him back for a DLC with Timothy Lawrence, right?
you know,
Who knows? Maybe we'll do something with Timothy because he's got that good old Hanson Jack DNA in him.
I don't know.
It's got a lot of me in him. Oh, there's a lot. Out there, that's for sure. Yeah. No, not talking about that. I don't know what the folks over at Gearbox are doing. I don't know. Well, they called me up, I guess a while ago, and they said, you know, we've got this DLC that they'd already done, and then they asked me to be in it. So it's like they'll spend years and years making these things, and then after they're done, essentially say, hey, do you want to be in this? Like, you'd think they would do it the other way around. You know what I mean? Smooth, huh?
I'm glad you directed attention to me about that.
That's not water. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you guys for
Thank you. Dameon, I have a question. How did you get started in voiceover?
I started acting as a kid.
When you
I
were
was 10 years old.
a child.
My first thing was a movie of the week with Wayne Shanner.
You're kidding.
No, in Vancouver. And that's how I got
Are
started.
you Canadian?
Man,
Ah, yes.
totally.
Got it in there.
Totally. I'm actually going through my citizenship right now. Boring story, but stressful. How about you? How did you get started?
I also acted as a child, but not that anybody would want to see, just my parents.
I bet you were adorable.
I was pretty cute.
But
And when I was 14, I performed live singing. I was this girl group singing. I subbed for somebody. And apparently my mother turned to her friend and said, "Oh God, she's not just a ham, she's actually talented." Now, what do I do with that? Yeah. There you go.
how'd you get started?
In terms of performing, when I was a kid, I was in a rock band from the time I was 13.
Drummer.
I started as a guitar player.
Guitar player.
And that became my passion. From that, music, and from music, radio. And I worked for the college radio station as a disc jockey, and fell in love with that, and it began my career as a radio personality, and then an outgrowth of that was voice acting. So we moved to LA, and got an agent, and started doing all that.
Yeah, you were probably doing copy, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
And really, what I felt
That's fun.
what I really fell in love with was not the voice acting, was the production. I really enjoyed, because in radio in those days, you know, you make the commercial yourself,
Yeah.
get the pieces and put everything together. And I really liked that part of it, and I voiced it because I was the only guy around. So, you know, I was in the room by myself, so I would do the voice. But my first passion was the production part of it.
Yeah, it's funny. I did college radio too, but it wasn't cool. It was easy listening,
Oh yeah.
and I just didn't.
Didn't dig it.
No, they asked
Wasn't digging the easy listening.
They asked me to not come back ever again because I played. Were you really? Okay. Well, so they booted me off for playing Metallica.
On the easy listening station?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh wait, it does make sense because it's the song One.
It's easy to listen to.
Yeah, you know how One starts. It's that beautiful guitar. I mean, it kicks in.
Right.
It kicks in later. Halfway through, I wanted to say. So yeah, that's what happened. So what's your radio story?
I worked at the End in Seattle, which was an independent rock station, which is where they filmed, what's that MTV show? The Real World. They filmed The Real World there. Yeah, at my radio station. And they worked on the station. I have to tell you, The Real World is not real. It is so phony. Everything is staged. Yeah.
Believe
No,
that.
it's-
You mean The Bachelorette is not real? Are you trying to tell me that?
Anyway, hey, you've got a question.
So my question is for Dameon and for Steve. Dameon first. Out of all the lines,
I love you for asking me.
what was your most favorite line for Cell?
I can't wait to see the look of terror on everyone's faces. Yes, that's it. That's the look.
I don't know. What about you? There's a lot. There people ask me this on a lot of different things. There's a lot of quotes out there.
That was almost too easy. Then again, it always is.
Ultimate terror.
Ultimate terror.
Your games?
It is ultimate terror.
She said that to me once about being a machine. That's my favorite line.
My second question for Steve is, what was the most emotional, how you say it, like scene from Halo? Out of all the Halo games, what was your, like?
Well, I think we sort of touched on Halo 4. The end of Halo 4 was incredibly emotional. The story was, and trying to, recreate that from a voice standpoint was challenging. And, I think we did a good job. I think it came off okay, but it was a very, I was working muscles that I had not really worked. And so it was really trying to rise to the occasion. But I thought it came off okay.
Steve just got to watch me cry.
I did get to watch him cry.
We're doing the scene again?
Yeah, here we go. Water works.
Thank you guys, thank you.
Do you cry easy? I feel like you're just barely holding it together right now. Yeah. You're about to snap at any moment. That's for no reason.
You have no idea, Dameon.
She's glossing over. I can see it happening. I don't know if it's joy or fear.
You never know.
Is it sometimes difficult when you guys are in the voice recording booth? I've heard some other voice actors talk about this, because you'll do a performance and then the director will just come on or whatever, like, okay, next one. They don't give you a lot of feedback. Is that hard for you guys, or do you like the feedback, or do you just know that you just nailed it right off the bat?
And I mean, like mocap, totally.
Mocap is very different. Yeah. Most of the time, in my very limited experience, they don't have time. They're moving on. And so you've hit it and that they're satisfied if they say, great, next line.
Yeah.
Great, keep going. Great. I mean, I've done so many where they're like, just give us 3 takes of everything, and if we don't like something, we will stop you. But basically, just go, because I've got thousands of lines and I've got 4 hours. So we've got to hit it, and so it's just give as many different variations of whatever and go. Again, performance capture is different. It is more like theater or film. You rehearse, yeah, and then you.
Awesome.
Right. And it's all about angles and making sure you're looking in the right place and whatever. So, yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Hi, Spartan Andrew 110, Long Island, New York. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for all the stuff you guys did in all the respective roles, especially Cell, of course. And to Dr. Austin's character, thank you very much for kidnapping us all as children. We really appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
But, so kind of like 3-part questions. First of all, how did you guys feel when they decided to make Cortana into a bad guy? And also, I'm going to try and start a fight here. Who would win in a fight, Master Chief or Cell?
I think Cortana would win.
I don't.
She would help.
No, Cortana would definitely win.
You just start crying.
Yes,
Just start crying.
I don't know how to answer that in a politics sort of way. I'll be real. When I first got the script for 5, I thought to myself, oh, that's easy. That sort of felt like the easy way out to me.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I would have been curious to see where they could have gone if they had just left it. But I'm also happy to keep playing Cortana. So I mean, I love her, and I feel like every time I get to play the role, I get to know her better and love her more. So I didn't really want her to go away. So yeah, so that's my complicated.
Yeah, you know, I remember when I saw the script for Guardians, I was a little conflicted. In truth be told, on a number of things, but with the relationship with Cortana, you know, going to the dark side, as it were. You know, I was conflicted personally by it, but then I thought to use that in the performance, because obviously Master Chief was a bit of what? You know, wait, what? You're going to destroy the world, the galaxy? You know, you really think that's wise?
I felt like in 5, I was mainly focused on Dr. Halsey. I mean, that was more of what I was doing. So for me, that was personally more of my focus.
And then the final question was for Dameon. Have you ever, curiosity, seen Dragon Ball Z abridged on YouTube? And how did you like Team 4-Star's rendition of your character?
No, I love those guys. It's so funny, I get asked that. We all get asked that question. I'm just gonna wear a t-shirt next time that says, yeah, I've seen it. The abridged. It's these guys that did like a fan fiction kind of thing on YouTube where they, but then they re-ADR'd it with some very comedic stuff, and it's hilarious. I feel like they brought a whole new fan base too to Dragon Ball. Good for those guys. Love them. Yeah, they're hilarious.
Especially with Perfect Cell, the
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Square.
Hey, Piccolo, you want to watch me drink this guy?
I think that was one of the lines. Which I wish he said in the actual. It's so creepy.
Watch me. Don't look away, Piccolo. There's a good boy.
Sorry. Hope I answered your question.
We've got 6.5 minutes left.
What?
Look at these people here.
Look at
These beautiful people.
Wait, I thought it was 12:30 to 1:30.
No, there's a timer there.
Are we going to 1:30?
We go to 1:40.
Is that a bomb?
Throw yourself on it!
I'm a feminist. You throw yourself. Hello, Sailor.
Hi, I'm Nathan from Sarasota. So I actually grew up, I'm gonna put it pretty young, so I grew up playing Halo 4. It was my introduction into the first-person shooter livelihood that I still enjoy today. And I actually just wanted to ask Steve, and then a follow-up question after the fact. How did you feel about being put into Fortnite? I thought like that was a very momentous occasion for Master Chief.
How did I feel about it? I really, it was beyond my ability to control it one way or the other. The reaction seems to have been good, so.
Being put into what?
Fortnite?
Oh, Fortnite.
Battle Royale.
Wait, you're in Fortnite?
Apparently, yeah.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. But I mean, I didn't actually do any work on it. I mean,
They just kind of licensed it and put the character.
I was
Really, you don't even grunt or
you know what, I've not seen it. I can't tell you exactly what do I, is there an audible?
No, there are no audibles.
Yeah, so
just your shining visage.
Exactly.
I noticed whenever you were doing your signings, like of the different Master Chiefs that it displayed, the rightmost one was Fortnite clip art.
Oh, really? In that post? Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So I thought.
I'll have to take a look at that.
And then Jen, so Cortana didn't actually get put in Fortnite. Like,
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't make sense.
That sucks. I want my money back.
Think of how different your life would be if she was in Fortnite.
Huge.
Yeah.
I'm angry.
Think about that for a minute.
All right, well, thank you all for all your great work.
Thank you. The folks who make Fortnite are like, no, we're not working with that.
Dameon, I felt like we haven't done you justice, so this is just for you. You ready? Just for you.
I'll take the pin. I don't care.
So, Handsome Jack has had iterations as hero to villain. It's not chronologically, where they're released, but from pre-sequel onwards. What is he to you? What is was his defining moment to really, is he actually the hero, or is he the villain that everyone depicts him?
You mean like, what were the circumstances to him becoming a villain?
I mean, I guess it's more of a personal for you. Do you?
What do I consider him?
Yes.
Just misunderstood.
Product of his environment, like anybody, you know, it's nature and nurture, you know, and it's a pretty dystopian world, right? And you do what you gotta do. But I think it's a good example of absolute power corrupts absolutely. Ooh, Eddie. Eddie. So yeah, you know, I think it's a journey that can't really judge unless you put on those cell-shaded shoes of his. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think everyone's got a little bit of handsome Jack in them. Depends on how much. Can you just make clap for that?
Who wants some handsome Jack in them?
Does anybody consider themselves a villain? I don't think anybody
Right.
actually does. They
I'm
all
sure Jeffrey Dahmer was like, I'm a great guy.
You all.
No, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
I don't think Putin walks around going, I'm a bad dude.
You know?
I know.
But what is
You
bad?
never do anything trying to feel worse. You always are trying to feel better.
What? It's all subjective. What is bad? There you go. I think that's a good question.
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Hey, my name is Chase. I hear you guys play minor roles in like games and stuff like that. What's your guys' favorite game that you play?
I don't play. There used to be some kind of YouTube thing. I don't think it's still. I don't know if it's on still. It was called Master Chief Sucks at Halo. Based on a real life story. Me, I sucked at Halo. When Halo 2 came out, I tried to play it, and I could not get the chief out of the room. I literally could not get him out of the room. I kept waiting for an exit sign, or one of the fingers going this way, doofus, and that never happened. So.
I sympathize. I played the game for 8 seconds before I was like, too hard.
Gotta go.
Were you playing on Legendary? Because that would explain a lot.
No, I'm just not good.
Yeah. Hand-eye coordination, not my thing.
I really loved playing Left 4 Dead. I like zombies. I like to kill them. I like to kill zombies. Yeah.
I like spooky games. Those are fun. Dead Space. They're going to bring that back. Are they bringing it back? Is there one in the making? It's a good freaking game. But yeah, you like the spooky, the zombie stuff. I like that too.
Hey, you have the blood.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Exorcist movie? Totally off topic. Check it out.
I have one more for just Dameon.
All right.
What's your favorite improvised line for Jack?
What's my favorite what?
Favorite improvised line for Jack?
It's hard to remember when we started these.
Yeah, there's a few of them, but I mean, I know there's a few that people really seem to enjoy, like the pretzels and whatnot. I was eating in the booth, and I just added it to the game. Yeah, and people seem to like it. But yeah, it was a lot that we just kind of peppered in there, and if it was funny.
Eating pretzels in
No, I was eating sun chips, but for some reason pretzels sounded funnier to me, so the character was like eating while I was insulting somebody, and I'm like, hey buddy, how you doing? Anyway, blah, 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 you suck. And then I was like, God, these pretzels suck. I hate pretzels. I don't know, for some reason it really resonated. But that, I want you to know, is acting.
That is acting. I mean, because you were eating sun chips, and you said you were eating pretzels.
You
Wow,
caught that.
you guys.
You caught that.
Wow.
You caught that.
Thank you guys.
All right, we got
Yeah.
to put the mic down.
We're
Susie
gonna,
is right here.
we're doing it.
You know what? Suck it, Daniel Day-Lewis.
This is for all of you. What's your favorite condiment?
Oh, I love this kid.
What's our favorite
Condiment.
I thought you said continent.
Ground mustard.
What kind of mustard?
You know, with the little grains.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh.
Come on, lightning round.
Warm mayonnaise.
What? Oh, you never even tried it.
Don't judge.
Okay, that was awesome.
This will be the last one right here. Go ahead.
Have you ever voiced in any Mario games?
Yes.
No.
No.
I mean, they asked me to, but I was like, nah.
What games did he voice in?
Sorry?
What Mario games did he voice in?
I would actually have to get out IMDb and read the list because they never really told me the names. It was just like, here, we're doing another project, here it is, go, and they give me the script. So I'd have to look at IMDb, in all honesty, yeah.
You guys, can you give a huge round of applause here?
Come to our table and say hello.
Absolutely, guys. Give a chance to go meet them, go to the booth, you'll be able to get an autograph and meet with them as well. One more time, a huge round of applause. Everyone.